Monday rush hour. We are live and away we go. Just got home, talking to nobody, sitting at the house, doing my thing. I have a little project we're gonna work on today, but I'll hang out for a bit, wait for a few people to maybe show up, and then we can get rolling. Derek, for real. What in the hell? Oh, got it. What's up, Derek? How you doing today? Just got off of work, got home. We're doing some rust removal in a little bit here. That's my plan, at least. We'll see how it goes. Remember me? Yes, I do, Derek. What you up to today? Anything exciting? Working? Getting off of work? What's the plan for the evening? Mine is I have at least 3 boxes that are out for delivery right now. I have 2 from Amazon that are out for delivery, so they might not be with the USPS. A lot of times Amazon gets delivered from Amazon. I know that I've got at least 1 coming USPS. And then I also have, I've got like several things coming from several different people. It's exciting. It's always fun. As of like a week and a half ago, I literally had nothing being shipped out or whatever. I did ordered a CJRB from Amazon on sale, but it was like, oh, it's going to be 2 weeks before they ship. It looks like it's supposed to be here Friday, but I have 2 new knives for today, plus that other package, and then the one from Kaiser, one from Mikey Trails, one from Jimmy Crow. Wow, I have tons of stuff that's actually coming in the mail soon. I wonder how many of them we'll get today. But I am going to try to see if we can get the rust off of here. We're going to try some good old vinaigrette at first, see what that does, and then go from there. I don't plan on doing a full restore. Restore? Sure. What's up, Laid Off Pete? No plans? Heck yeah. This was my dagger that I won throwing darts at balloons at a fair many years ago. And it sat in a closet for years. The tip has got a big old dent in it. It's covered in rust. It's not worth a full-on redo of a blade. This was cheap back in the day. But young Dan, oof, I tell you what, I ran around. I thought this was the coolest sword ever. I think I won it when I was like 13. Yeah, like 6th grade. Sounds about right. 5, somewhere around there. But I've looked at it, and I did clean up. I have my old Boy Scout knife from about the same era, and it was kind of rusty, but mostly just kind of burnished, tarnished, old and nasty. But you can see I kind of went in with the same technique we're going to do now, and I was able to clean it up. I mean, it still looks kind of pitted and black spots and stuff, but it's old, so that's completely fine. 40, we just got a big bump. What's going on, everyone? What are we doing after work? We're going to do a little custom knife stuff going on right here, right now. I'm going to leave that out. Where is my jug? I'm going to start off chill, basic, simple, little vinaigrette mix. I did a test with the glass just to make it easy, because I'm not really going to take this apart, but it does. I thought it was going to sit right there like that, but it actually falls through. So it falls through just about to that line. Ooh, careful, I'm going to crack it. Actually found this. This was something I had some little propagations. I have a lot of vining plants and cool plants that I like to do, split and make more. And this was one that I was using. That's why it's got all that kind of calcification. But the vinegar is probably going to get rid of all that anyway. But it's given us a good line to work with right now. Boom, right? Nice glass of vinegar. All right, cheers. Could you imagine? I'm not sure how that would go. What is everyone up to today? My chat must not be working again because 33 of you in here. I figured there would be maybe a couple more. Maybe everyone's just quiet. We got a bunch of lurkers, little looky-loos. What's going on? Maybe we'll use the poop knife. Probably not. Harsit, what's happening? I would love to answer you, but I only can read the English. If you can do that, I would love to answer your question. I dig the plant. I got a bunch of palms. I have a lot of Hoyas, some ivies, a few cactus, a lot of philodendrons, some monsteras, quite a few different plants. They're fun. We could do that too at some point. We can look at some plants. How old are you? 42, 44? Pretty close. 49. Getting up there. Holy cow. I don't like to think about that sometimes. What's everyone carrying today? I have my new custom that I just finished. You can watch my video on this. Dye project number 59 on the channel. That's crazy. I've been doing dye projects for that long. But this was just a jade colored little piece on there. This is the Concept Warrior. Awesome, really fun knife. So knife. So knife, I twice the wife. So nice, I own it twice. This is the premium version. This is a premium lefty version Concept Warrior with that textured titanium and the micarta. Basically the same knife. This one's just steel, G10, D2. Got the same action on it though, so it's a cool knife. It was definitely cheaper, but I did that jade dye on there, gave it that red. Turned out really good. I love black and red mixed together. So I'm carrying that, and I usually try to go little combos. So since I got the Concept, and then I got the Concept Mini Rio, the smallest little piece of M390 ever. Sweet little mini knife though, just great. Got that front flipper only, but you just get in there with your nail and bam, it's snappy. It's fun. But that's generally how I do it. I usually have a 5th pocket smaller knife here, and then whatever my main is in the other pocket. Sometimes I carry more, but I generally always carry 2. Okay, rather than talking and not doing, so we've got this delicious glass concoction. I have a knife. Let's get a before. Here's our before shot. Ting. There's before. In it goes. I might be able to put a little bit more in there. Get it right up to that finger guard. Yep, gotta go just a little further. All right, that should do. And again, we're not really doing a full fix restore. I'm just trying to get some of that rust off of there. So we're gonna let it soak in here for a couple of minutes. I've watched a few videos on people doing this. There's several ways that you can do it. You can get a bartender's friend or something. Full Throttle, what's up? Glad I didn't miss this. So glad you're cleaning up the carnival prize. Right? It was due, and I said, you know what? I know I was going to go live today. It'd give us a little project to do and check out. Not really sure how I'm going to try. If I'm just going to try to wipe it off. I got a scrubber. I do have my Sentor stones that I've been using for cleaning up and burnishing up the brass and copper for the shipwrecks. So I might try that. Winston Ham, what's up? Looking at getting an X-Tool M1 laser for engraving some of my knives and sheath. Excellent. I don't know about the X-Tool M1. Is it a tabletop, I'm assuming? If it's a full size, then it's going to be quite expensive. That is great. I would love to get one so I can start doing some more stuff at home. Nice shirt. Thank you. Thank you. The original cone baskets. Disc golf was originated. This was kind of one of the early designs, and it is since no longer a legal basket. If you go play an actual tournament, or really if you go anywhere, there are no courses that still have these cones because they are no longer legal. You have to have the ones with the chains. But we restored Hanson Park in Minnesota, and it's all cones. It's fantastic. It's old school. It's like listening to music on records. You can listen to music on your computer right now, but there's something about putting on a record and listening to that. This has these old school feel. They're harder to putt on when you hit them. They bounce out easy. They can hit that thing just boing, versus chains like to grab and catch a little bit more. Great story behind the knife. Isn't it though? I tell you what, 1980, whatever, 80, oh Jesus, let's not think about it. Carnival, 4th of July, little Kenman, actual dart, actual balloon, pop, what would you like? I want the knife. And they just hand you a knife in like 6th grade for a prize. Totally rad. What's up, Ron Dobbins? Marco, Derek, for real. Well, Derek's been here. I just started reading. Once I start reading names, they just all start spitting out. Derek was number 1. First one here today. What are you up to tonight, Rolf? MFIC 1986. That is one of the knives of all time. Damn right. Damn right. What? Okay. Let's see if I could try to. The good old days. So ultimately, it's like, how long do I want to let it soak in there before I start trying to rub some of it off? Rub it off? Who knows? Let's try simple first. Just get a paper towel. This is like 2 minutes of soaking, which I'm assuming is not going to do a lot. But I just kind of wanted to see. You know, the only way to learn about how stuff works is to kind of pay attention, take notes. I could leave it in there for a half hour, but if I take it out every couple minutes and kind of look, you can kind of see, oh, at about 3 minutes, it starts to break up. At about 5 minutes, it starts falling off, or whatever that may be. I am an experimenter. I am noticing right away there are some spots right here that are kind of popping clean. But it definitely needs to soak longer, and I'm probably going to need to get scuffy with it rather than just a paper towel. I'm assuming that it'll probably be best to go in with a scrubber, or probably might want to try the Sentor. I got to look that up again. Santoroku stones. Damn. I don't remember. Manfred Romo, what's up? What you up to today? For real. Today I'm carrying EMP Nimble. Ron, you like carrying that Nimble. Devo Mash, Tiger Stripe Scales. Didn't you carry the Tiger? How do you rotate? Ron, how do you rotate? Do you like one goes out and it gets replaced, and then you got those whatever, and then one drops out the next day and another one, or you just kind of every day kind of pick and choose? I'm starting to get a familiar with what your favorite carries are. They tend to keep popping up. Santori stone, something like that, 1931. I don't remember. How's it going, Leatherworks? But the little Santoru stones or whatever that I got specifically for removing, like when you get like copper or brass and it's like coated like this, you can use those to clean them up, polish them up real nice before you do the shipwreck. Like this right here. Anybody in the chat done shipwrecks before? Who here has cleaned rust off of a knife before? What did you use? Did you use sandpaper? Did you just use a scrubber, vinegar, bartender's magic, or whatever the heck that stuff's called? Santori stone is basically just a rust eraser. So that might be the best thing to use since we're removing rust. I know it cleans up the brass and the copper really, really good. Ron says, I have certain ones I can't put down. I have to carry them. I'm right there with you. I feel like I would do that if I wasn't making the content and doing like a different pocket check every day. I'm on like pocket check, like daily pocket check shorts. I've done one every day for the last 490 days. Can you believe that? Would be kind of cool to do like, that would be the worst edit, but have one where it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and just put them all in one video. Could be interesting, but it would be a complete hassle because I do that all the time though. I'm always carrying something different. I get a new knife that I'm doing a review on, or one that I'm going to start to custom, or like the one that I just finished customizing. Warriors, come out and play. Harshit, I would love to answer you, bud. And maybe you don't understand English either, and that's understand. I get it. It is what it is. I wish I could answer your message, but I only can read the English. 490. What's 490? Or WD 490? WD 39. But that 40, that's the stuff. $1931 says he used sandpaper last time, had to restore a blade. Yeah, I'm not too worried about if I need to use sandpaper or like something a little more abrasive. I'm assuming there's going to be some pit marks in it and some not great. It's not a great knife in the first place, but at least getting the rust off and giving it that kind of aged, kind of like the Boy Scout knife. I think that looks good. I mean, it's definitely old. Get my face out of there. And it definitely has that patina, and there's some pits and things to it. Maybe I could clean it up a little bit more down here by the pivot. The whole blade was down just like it is down there. It was all black and nasty, and there was some rust on it. But that's kind of where I'm thinking it's going to go. Not great, but it should look a little bit better. He said, come to Mumbai once. I would love to go to Mumbai. Traveling, that sounds a little bit of an expensive trip, but I would be cool. Nicola, I have 2 sabers from First World War, other from World War, 2 daggers from the first, from second. I'm sorry, there was a heart in the way, I didn't see. Couple from Second World War, a couple daggers from First. They have a little rust, but I don't want to take them off. Yeah. Well, you might be able to, that's what I'm kind of doing, is because I just want to clean this up and be able to continue to enjoy it as it is. So I'm not really trying to do anything to the handle or anything like that. I'm just trying to get that rust loosened up, try to remove some of it so that I can just kind of see the knife as rather than just a rust tetanus monster, and it actually will look like a decent blade, sort of. But right, if you damage it, when you've got relics like that from World War I and World War II, sometimes, without knowing how to do it, it's like that's kind of, I mean, this is irreplaceable too, but in a completely different way, So I can get it. If I got something old like that, you might just want to just put a little oil on it and just let it be. WD-40, an oil lube replacement mover isn't too bad. Well, we'll test this out. We'll see what it does. All right, I'm going to try to dry this off or wipe it a little bit. Oh, yeah. Now we're getting a lot of rust on the paper. What I'm starting to see, without going abrasive at all, we're just paper toweling it here with some vinegar. And I'm definitely starting to notice, you can see on there those marks that are starting to eat away at that rust. Let's try out we have WD-40. I have WD-40. I could probably get some in the garage. All right, I'm going to take my Santori stone. I'm going to keep it off the table here, and I'm just going to try to hit this a little bit. See what it does. Look at that. Look at that. That was like 5 seconds. And we're talking, okay, this is it. This is the last shot. Take a look. I'm going to leave this side. I'll only work on one side because then maybe we can do a little kind of almost before and after cheat in a way. So this thing is super dull. It's been beat. So I don't have to worry quite as much about potentially cutting myself. But I still could, so I'm kind of being sort of cautious. Look at that. Okay. The Santoru stone, someone correct me if they can phonetically spell it on there. Much appreciated. Wow. All right. This is doing it. And these stones, it's like a sanding, rust removing stone. So it doesn't have, it's not really abrasive. It actually, you can bend the stone. It's like, see that? It's kind of rubbery almost. I'm not really sure. It's like a magic eraser for metal. Anybody ever do this before? Hey brother, I gotta go do some work for my dad. I'll be lurking, but check your email, get a hold of me. Yes. Super busy. Yesterday was all day family day. But yeah, Derek, I will. What will scratch the surface? 1931. Oh, the Santoru stone will scratch the surface? Probably. Look at that though. So don't go too crazy, you say? Bro, when you visit India, make sure to come to Mumbai. My shop is called Atlantic Chef Knife. I have 500 different types of handmade knives featuring both modern designs and traditional. Says Harshit. Dude, that sounds great. Yeah, the Santoru stone can scratch the surface. So if I just get a nice even scratch, I can kind of polish it up. Let's put on my nerd cheaters. It looks pretty good. We're going to keep going. Get up on the collar here. Because, you know, a scratched blade that doesn't have rust on it, I'm going to move this so I don't potentially spill. A scratched up blade without rust on it, to me, I can get these scratches nice and uniform. That'll look better than the rust. I mean, this thing has been covered in rust for 10, 15 years, so it's due. It is due. And if I do a nice and even like this, it'll just look like a nice brushed, right? Getting some rust juice on here. Oh wait, oh, it's the other side. Wow. Look at what we're getting. Check that out. Before, after. So how much of those pits should I try to get rid of? Should I just kind of leave a lot of them? Because I know they're going to be there. They are in there. They are probably actual pits. I don't know how many of them are going to completely come out. How aggressive I got to go at it. Kind of hit it hard a little bit for a second here. I'm just doing one angle or one side. So you can kind of do that compare. Yeah, look at that. Face. Jason says I wouldn't take any more. Okay, so how about like that? The left side. We're going to do it like the left side. Just a little bit more. Now the right side can match the left side. And whoop, that's how Kenman went to go get stitches. What's up, Jason Beecher? Boom. What do we think? Before, after. Oh yeah, that's money right there. Maybe clean up down here just a little bit more. Some of that natural black marks, they kind of look nice. It's not a bad look. All right, I'm gonna give it a little vinaigrette rinse. Light on the vinaigrette. What is the steel? It's probably gonna say China or 440. I'm assuming it's gonna be what you would get when you buy a cheap knife 35, 40 years ago at a carnival. That'll be the steel. It does not say on this side. I doubt it'll say on the other. But we are getting somewhere. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do this side now since it seemed to work quite well on that one. What's up, Dan Stan? If you're just checking in now, bling, bling, the crack king. Looks like Pakistani made. I've got some of those. The Pakistani, there's probably oil dripping off of it still. And then camel bone handle. The ones I've ordered and got from Pakistan, they're fun, but holy man, it's like they put it in a bag and then dump like a gallon of oil in it. And like I opened up, you find a couple of videos. Oh, another one was one of these. Another one that's camel bone handle, lock back, Damascus. Cool. But it was like just, there's so much oil on it. I wiped it off. It's actually, there is oil underneath it in a spot where it was sitting. It's still, I think oil will leak out of those forever. Robo! Do you ever have to sharpen knives or just grab a new one? I just grab a freshie, baby. This one looks dull. Boink. Grab a new one. And that's what happens. And then every time you get a dull one, you just grab a new one. And then you got to buy a new shelf and keep going. Tell me that doesn't look sick though. Before, after. We can't do this anymore. This is the last time. Before, after. 77 of us in here. Welcome. How's everyone doing? If I could get you to tap that thumbs up, that like button if you think this looks good. Or if you think this looks bad, maybe you think this looks better. Come along for the ride. Let's go. All right, you ready? And away we rip. $10, if that, brought me from rust to there. Is that crazy or what? Don't let your blades get this rusty. It does look cool. I kind of like the pitted marks and stuff, the black marks on there. It's kind of just, it's showing the age and the the extremely beat upness. Sure. So yeah, I am kind of a novice at this. I've been doing a lot of customization and stuff, but I don't really have, more of my knives are in good shape. I don't really let them get all rusted out. So this is kind of a fun experiment, kind of learning that my Santoroku Bando picks. It's a Santoroku stone. You can buy them. I bought a 2-pack off of Amazon. There's like a fine grit and a heavier grit. They're kind of a rubberized, rust removing, brass and copper varnishing stone. Leave the rust in the blade like a poison tip. Dude, this is a tetanus bomb. Tell you what. You want to drop some tetanus on somebody? Let me know. I've got the device. The tetanus device. But I'm actually surprised. I wasn't sure if I was even going to try using these stones. But they work really good for burnishing up and prepping copper and brass for doing shipwrecks. So there's that. Oh, baby. Oh, I see writing. I see writing. We're in. We have a winner. Stainless Pakistani. There you go. Stainless Pakistan. Who knew? Well, we all know now. Right? Good guess. Get up those edges a little bit. So we can even do the brass. See how that brass is kind of funky? And go on there and just give that a little, just a slight once over. Look at that. Shined it right up almost immediately. It's like these are designed to just crush it on brass and copper. Wow, look at that. Bang. Well, maybe we'll do this, that little spot right there, whatever turd that is on there. Wow, okay. Now we are talking. Look at all this remnants. Nasty remnants of rust. Oh, now there's some on the floor. Perfect. Shoot. I'm going to grab a paper towel. I'll be right back. Yeah, maybe I don't have any more. Wouldn't that be something? All right. What's up, Titanium Justin? No spillage. But dun, 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 dun. Wow, I love it. It's like fantastic. It's almost brand new. Now I need to fix that tip. Look at that blunt. You can see up on my finger there. It almost looks like a nub because it is a nub. Young Kenman jammed that into a rock or something at some point in time and gave it a nasty. I'm going to go rinse my hand off real quick. I've got some schmutz. I'll be right back. Got a little towel here. Wipe off edge of the table, get the rust remnants off of there, wipe this blade down. Looks like it's got a little bend to it too, almost maybe you want to try to bend that back. All right. Enter the VOO's Worst Knife Contest. Winner gets a $300 knife. There it is. Smoke, just joined. What kind of knife are you working on? What exactly am I doing? If you go back, I don't have a photo anymore, but basically, young me won this knife at a carnival. throwing a dart into a balloon when I was in like 6th grade, which gives you some age because I won a knife as a kid without parental supervision at a carnival for the 4th of July. It's a double-edged dagger. It is not of high value. It is basically just of high sentimental. We just now found out by removing the rust that it says stainless Pakistan on there. Definitely a lot of pits and marks that have been that remain, but this thing was completely covered in rust all of 10 minutes ago. And then we also polished up that brass just a little bit. Look at that. I still got a little nub down there. I got to kind of scrape that turd off of there, whatever kind of dirt and grime that is. But I've had this forever. It's been sitting in it's been out in the collection for a couple years now. But it sat in like a drawer at my parents' house for 15 plus years. And then boom. Anyone know where I can get a case VW or V42? I don't. I'm assuming you may have already looked at some places, so it's tough for me to recommend something. I don't want to recommend, I could say Smoky Mountain Knife Works has a good collection of case knives. But maybe you're like, dude, I've already gone there. I've already been online. I've already looked everywhere. I hit the Google, got the search taken care of. Tell me where they're at. I don't have too many. I got my first case recently. The Sodbuster Jr. Had to have one for the collection. It's a nice, thin, slicey slip joint. Nice addition to the collection. Hands are still kind of chunky. Bando Picks has some case stuff for sale. I even have a sign that I haven't listed. You have a case sign? Bando, tell Mike at MCGA. Victor's got a Line Seal KCO2 MagnaCut pre-order available. Robo, I'll take it all, Bando. $5, make you hollers. Smoke, sounds interesting. Going to check it out later. Really need to go to bed since it's 12 for you right now. Hope it turns out nice. Well, I'm basically done. I'm not going to do much more. I'm going to try to maybe fix that tip. Kind of bends up there a little and then get that nub off the tip of it. Maybe sharpen it up just a little bit. But really, that's kind of what we're looking at. You could go right in to the lot, or actually no, because I'm vertical live. Can you back up a vertical live? I know you can if you're on your PC. You can just kind of grab and drag it over and you could back it up all of 10 minutes and take a quick peek. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. Get some good shut-eye. Got to be nice and alert for tomorrow. Robo, do my mask next. Robo, you weren't on my vertical live, were you? Shit. Oh, there it is. So Robo, I'm not going to say I'm totally done. But we have it going. Actually, I'm too far away. But I did start doing it on the other vertical live. Put some scratches on there. Started getting some dirt and some grime on there to get the scratches to start coming out. I'm actually pretty happy with how this looks already. Subtle, simple, choice. Yeah, Robo, I get it. I've been jumping on. I've just been excited and having fun and just been jumping on and doing some vertical lives lately. And so basically, well, I don't know if it was, might have been Friday or Saturday I went on and we, what else were we doing? Oh, we were etching this blade right here. I already etched it once, but I took it apart and then tried to darken it up a little bit more. And so when we put that in to do the etch, I was like, okay, we can spend a little time. And I took out the blade and stuff and started making some scuff marks and stuff on here. Sanded it up, beat it up, added some dirt and grime. It's pretty dang close, you know. I mean, you don't really need much more unless you want axe wound, blood, etc. So yeah, let me know what you're thinking so far, Robo. I can take it further. I could wash it up and make it a little bit less dirty if you want, but for why? But for why? Bando Picks goes on random as well. It's fun. Smoke says sub, by the way. Gonna check out more later. Awesome, Smoke. Thanks for hanging out. I do a lot of custom stuff. I do laser marks. I do anodizing. I do dyes. I got a CNC machine. I'm starting to do handles pretty soon. Shipwrecks, which are really fun. That's one of my latest adventures, is doing the shipwreck on copper and brass. Just such a cool technique. So if you're looking for interesting customization projects, I kind of show as much of it as I can. I fully kind of put it out there so that if someone wants to then take the video and then try it themselves, I can help be that guide. If you ever have any jobs that you want to get done, you could send it to me, or you could ask questions and I can help run you through it. Jason's been taking care of the kids. They both got bronchitis. Ugh. That is rough. One of my co-workers, he has 3 kids, and it seems it's like the winter. One of them gets sick, then 3 of them are sick, and then he starts coming in sick, and then I get sick. And them kids, they're little disease monsters. They're fun, though. You know, they're fun. Andrew Fett. Another Fett. What's up, bud? Loving your custom work. Just commented on my last dye vid. I don't know if I've seen that one yet. Have you ever tried leather dye on G10 or anything? Leather dye, I have not. And I love experimenting. The reason I haven't is because I was doing a lot of dye projects before I started doing knives. And so you can save dye. And so when you buy it, I got a lot of poly dye for doing some discs and lots of different colors. And so when you mix up a dye, you can put it in a container, seal it up, and you can keep that dye. I have some dyes that I've had for like 10 years that still work great. And so since I've got so many different colors already, I haven't really had to buy any. So I haven't really experimented with trying with anything else. Has anyone else used leather dye? It would have to be something that, you know, I don't know if there's something in the leather chemical composition, because I know there are some dyes that don't take to plastics as well. Some of them are specifically like poly dyes for specific types of plastics. So you never know. Andrew says his buddy tried it, made a post about it, just brushed it on. What's up, Gnarly Charlie? All right, here for the fun. Yo, did you see this bad boy? Oh, man, I am very happy. Like I said, I knew there was going to be some pits and some spots and stuff, but ultimately, I think this is perfect. It looks so much better. I don't know why I didn't do this a long time ago, but literally in the last 30 minutes, we made that rust bomb look like this. Now I almost have to sharpen it, clean it up, and maybe I'll carry it one day. I need to figure out though I got to get in there and fix that bend, move my face. See how it kind of shanks to the right a little bit, and then there is that nub tip because I probably jammed it into a rock or something stupid when I was a kid. Actually not as dull as I would have imagined it to be. Party at Kenman's. Why not? What are we doing for my birthday tomorrow? Robo Steve's birthday tomorrow. Sweet 16, baby. Gonna get your driver's license? Robo, where do you live? Stop on by. We'll have a party. I'm in. I got chips and dip, maybe some crackers. We could put out a little spread. Gonna have my first beer. That's great. That is great. So we hanging out for a bit. I know there's lives tonight. We got, who do we got? Rob and Knives Fast, KC, but they both don't start until what, 7-ish, I think. Something around there. You know, when you say Robo, when you're like, I'm going to have my first beer, it kind of makes me think, man, you know what? It's Monday. Probably could have my first beer of the day. Hello, can you give back John Locke's knives, please? Oh, that's good. That is good. Negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. Oh, I wish I could show you guys the imagery we're going to try to do on this. I got to go in and sandblast that piece, clean it up really good. Then we're going to anodize it, laser removal, anodize it, laser, in that order, approximately. I'm excited. It's a new kind of adventure. I have done some anodizing and laser removal. If you saw MPG's Spyderco, we did a sunburst pattern. And then I did an anodized removal on half of them, and then we anodized it again. And so, like, if you have your anodizing spectrum, it goes up through the spectrum. Where's my little thing? So, like, here's the colors you can get anodizing titanium. So this is a voltage. So the highest voltage is green. I put it in the machine, and you start the voltage off and slowly ramp it up. And so as it ramps up, the colors change to the available colors. And so you could basically, I did the first one to the blue or the, like, you know, or whatever color. So if I do the first one to this blue or this green, and then you do a removal on a section so it's bare titanium again, and then you go in and start ramping it up again, it'll go through these colors on its way up to here. But the ones that are already here, if it's down here, the voltage doesn't match, so it won't change. So you've got the green section already done, and then you start boom, and you can stop at that gold or that pink or wherever you want it to be, and then you can end up with a two-tone like these right here. These are a couple prizes I got that I finished. I've got them in bags so I don't touch them. I've got them nice and pretty. But so I did the first one in green all the way up to green, then sanded the top, and then did it again in the gold. Same thing here, did the magenta, and then sanded the top, and then did it again. So you get that two-tone. It's a fun process, especially when I have access to some really nice machines. So I can set that voltage, I can set it to ramp up, I can have it come up at a slower pace or a faster pace. You can have it go boom, and the second you put it in there, straight to green. Or you can have it take 60 seconds to get there and slowly kind of ramp to it so you can have more control. You can do some transitions. There's like a transitional color. I had a piece, I think I gave that to Mr. Eddie. Pretty sure. I made a pry bar and I did it in a transitional between blue and magenta, which means like if you hold it like this, it's like blue, and then you start to turn it, and then this section's like magenta. Kind of like chameleon paint on a car, if you've ever seen that before. So it is fun. I would like to do more. I've thought about getting a machine to do at home, but it's just another one of those things. I want to get a laser machine so I can do more of that at home. I got the CNC machine, but I still don't have it running. So there's that. What do you do? What do you do? But for those of you who didn't see, I'm just going to keep showing this off. If you go back to the beginning of this live, we took this complete rusted out turd and ended up here. Oh, I am so happy. How am I going to... It's like I almost need to take a hammer and kind of tap it and kind of get it straight again, and then go in there. I probably need to really sand off that tip, because that tip is blunted. See the end? It's got that little nub on there, and you can see it's not a point. So I got to figure out how I can kind of maybe straighten that out. I think I could probably put it on something hard like this. I have a tiny little anvil downstairs. I could put that on there and just give it some really light taps. Maybe just straighten it out, and then I got to kind of scuff that nub off the tip there so that I can get in there and actually sharpen this thing back up. But I'm so happy with it though. I tell you, I mean, I've had this longer than a lot of people who've been alive. I'm not old, but I mean, if anyone's under 30, this knife is older than you, which doesn't make it priceless or crazy or anything like that. I mean, it does say right there, stainless Pakistan. So there you know the quality. It's a carnival knife. You're like, what's a carnival knife? They don't have knives at carnivals, Dan. Once upon a time. Once upon a time. Had to stop drinking. My liver didn't like it. Yeah. Can you do this on rims? Why not? Why not? I wish I had, because I'm going to do this one soon, but see, this is copper, but it has that finish on it. I'm going to go in and hit it with the stones, and it's going to bring it almost back, you know, to a color more like that before I do the shipwreck to it. And it's crazy that those stones actually, it's like they are like a rust removing type of a eraser. They work really good. Quite surprised. God, why does my chat, for those of you on here that also do vertical lives, does your chat freeze up and not work? Because I'm using my tablet down here to read chat so I can get more chat than the 3 that I can read right here. Well, the problem with the 3 right here is it's from Derek for real. It says, remember me. That was like my 3rd or 4th chat. And I can't refresh this. I can't change it. And it's stuck on those and it's not actually adding any more chat. And it keeps doing this to me on my phone. I have a Galaxy Ultra, the newest one you can buy. Good connection. Why does my chat never work on a vertical live? It's like they don't want me to read chat. So I set it up on here, and then every once in a while it freezes, and I got to go in. Ugh. 1931 Leatherworks. That's exactly how I prepped the copper Towser K. Rubbed it with the Sentor stone. Yep, that's this one right here. Copper Towser K. This is if the shipwreck turns out good, that is probably going to be my favorite knife. I love the Towser K. This is one I shipwrecked. This QSP Penguin. This is my happiest favorite result as of so far. It likes to just find my face. But I love doing the shipwreck project. It's just so fun. And the results variants, grab all 3 of these. I've showed these off. One of them's going to Robo. Well, you can see these are all the same, and the difference, the variety, the styles that you can do by adding more salt or less salt or more other chemicals. It's really fun. Too many people online. What's up, Henry G? Looking good for me. And my stupid chat. Andrew Fett, we are literally nearly the same, bro. Dude, you know about the dented helmet? I was huge in that forum back in the day. I love that so much. I've got a lot invested in my Fett costume. I used to make Mandalorian armor a lot. I made quite a few gauntlets. I made chest armor, shoulder armor, knee armor, basically everything. Boba Fett, Jango Fett. I never really did it past then. I haven't made armor in years, but I used to really be into that. And doing the weathering, that was my favorite. You can make the armor, but then instead of having it look pristine and new, you weather it and age it and have it have those spots where, that's why I really like Shipwreck, because the Shipwreck gives you this weird, crazy, natural stuff. And so you have sections where it's like, looks like it's been scuffed down to the metal, or it's got a flash burn on it from like a laser blast or something. I love creating and coming up with fake stories when you do that kind of weathered, deteriorated. I have a couple knives. There's one that I did the weathered look on, so you can see how this was. It was brown, and I added the blue dye and then sanded it up, scuffed up the corners and the creases to kind of give it a beat up, kind of old, aged kind of look. Super fun. Super fun. Robo, didn't you wanted this one, right, Robo? I think that was the one you said you wanted. KenmanDanKenman, says Henry G. What's up, Doggy Boy 88? Angela Neal, how much? How much for what, Angela? How much for what? Lanham Stevenson, this dagger right here. Boom. Oh, I'm so happy. This was the main topic of the beginning of this live, so you can go back to the beginning of the live and you can see this. You could not see that blade. It was completely covered in rust. I've had this for like 40 years. Well, not quite. 30 something. But it had been sitting there and it got just beat up and rusty and bent and whatever. And I've had it. It's been sitting on this shelf for like a year. And I just decided, you know what, I'm not going to fully restore it, but I want to try to clean the rust off of it. And so that is what we did. I used some vinegar, a Santoku stone, and just went to work on it here for a little bit. I am super happy with the results. Robo says, hold them up again. Fingerboarding, just stopping to say hi for a minute. Got to go, though. Thank you for swinging in. I get it. We're all busy all the time. Here you go, Robo. 1 is mostly yellow. 2 is yellow and black with a little bit of blue. 3 is crazy amounts of blue. And then these really interesting kind of orangey splotches. 1, 2, blue is 3. Robo, what do you think? Well, I'm probably on a delay here, so we got to wait. But we got to finish the mask, and then I'll grab a magnet and a pin and some stickers and make it a whole little gift pack for you. Now I just have to wait, and then maybe my chat froze again. Yeah, Angela, how much for what? For one of these shipwreck knives or something different? I apologize. I'm not always good with staying on chat, so if I get behind, then I'm not always sure what it is. Kathleen Smith, what's up? How are you today? Doggy Boy, a push knife necklace would be a nice little keeper. Anybody ever seen Devilman, old anime? I have not, but Leatherworks says he used to have Devilman sneakers. Must have seen it if he's got Devilman sneakers. Wait, I'm 2. Gronzo wanted 1. So Gronzo wanted this one. And Robo, you want this one? This one does have some of the most variety. Dwayne Letterman. Robo saying, yes, sir. So Gronzo wants this, I guess, which is fine. And this one here is going to go to Robo with his mask that we've got to decide if we're going to finish. What's up, Mad Yako? How are you doing? Do I have bigger ones that I've done? I've got this one right here is the QSP Penguin. That's definitely a bigger knife. Tell me that doesn't look sick, though. I have several that I'm going to be doing soon that I just haven't gotten to yet. One of them is going to be this Towser K, which is a big knife. I have one apart right now. I have this really cool Warncliffe one that's huge. But I have some problems getting couple of the screws out, and the screw's stripped. And so now I can't get the scale off of the, let me grab that, I'll show you guys. So I took this one apart to get ready to do it. So here's the one piece that is just enormous that I'm going to do. But this one here, I couldn't get the pocket clip off. And the pocket clip is holding it onto the liner. And what happened is those screws basically immediately stripped. So they don't come out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm almost thinking I'm probably going to go in the back right here and maybe try to make a groove that I can then get in there into that groove with a little flathead and push and turn it to get it to come out, because right now those are shot. I cannot. It sucked because I had them in there, it was tight, and I went like this and it just went. It was like, it didn't even go tink, or you know, like if you don't push enough it goes pop, pop. You know, and you get a little slip. It literally just like marred them out. It bums me out because I want to get this apart and kind of do a thing to it, but that is one of those things that happens. Refresh my chat here. Robo's got to go do some things with some stuff. Peace, y'all. Got to go do some things with some stuff. Gnarly Charlie's got the Warncliffe RR. I got to do it like you. Yeah, you should, but hopefully your pocket clip doesn't get screwed like mine did. I'll try to find some replacement screws, but otherwise I'll be able to put it back together without a clip on it. Well, yeah, I have to use heat to release them, but what happened is they were so tight, and literally I put my Torx in there and I went like this, and those are done. That now I can put the Torx in there and just spin it like this, and it does nothing because the Torx bit is still fine, but these threads, or it's not a thread, the Torx shape is now round. And it was literally, it went like that, and it just rounded off like immediately. Like they might have already been partially kind of jacked. I'm generally pretty good at taking knives apart. I've taken 59 of them apart just for die projects. So let alone laser mark projects, anno projects, other just doing it. So I know how to be careful not to screw up threads and screws, but I could just turn them into flatheads. Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking about doing. I suppose I could do that right on the top. I was going to do it from the back and then push twist to get them out. But yeah, putting a little groove across the top, I could probably do that. That actually sounds like a good idea, 1931. I appreciate that. But yeah, they're probably just locked tight in there. But I wasn't expecting that to happen. It happened 2 times in a row. The first one came right out. I go to the second one and I just went twist, and I was like, well, that feels loose. It was like instantly loose, and I could just hold the bit in there and it just went like this. Like it was not grabbing at all, which is a bummer. I can replace the hardware too. But right now I can't do the Shipwreck project because I don't want to do it with that on there and this on there. So I have to find a way to get that stupid thing off, which is kind of dumb, but welcome to the real world. I did this today. Any recommendations for a gentleman's knife? I have a lot. Bigger, smaller? How gentlemanly do you want it? There's so many cool ones. What is the name of it? Vinegar Acree. Look at how thin that is. Got the nice little gold accent. Front flipper only. Vinegar Acree. Nice drop. Nice front flip. Would go really well with a suit. Another Vinegar would be a simple one if you want to go on a budget here. This is the Vinegar Parasum. This is $30. Simple D2. This one was white. I did the dye on it and made it red, but it's got a nice little style to it. And it depends on with some people, gentleman's knife tends to be more of a straight knife that doesn't have, the blade doesn't stick out a lot. The new Militas, this is a mini Milita, Kaiser Milita. These are great. Just a fantastic knife. Good easy flick out. It does have that front flip. And then you can drop it straight to your thumb. Oh, geez. Boom. They are cool. And if the mini Militaw is a little too small, you can get the full size. They have a bunch of new ones now that are budget friendly. 154 cm and G10 with the Mekarudi wood. These are like 60, 70 bucks. And then you can get mini Militaw as low as 50, or you can get the one with the zirconium insert for like 180. A lot of cool ones that are available though. That Civivi X-Arc. Boom. This one could be, I did the Shipwreck on this, but it's another one of those thin, slim profile knives. Just got that front flipper, Damascus blade, but a nice one that would look good with a suit. Just thin, slim profile. Boom. What does that see? Actually, cutting the groove in there might be enough to heat the Loctite enough to break it too. Yep. And I've got a soldering iron. I've got a few things I could heat it up with. I've used my Dremel or something. I can go in there and make that groove. I should be able to get it off of there. It really bummed me out that those screws just immediately stripped. I've had some where they start to strip and you're like, okay, got to be careful, get a really nice new bit, push really hard and you get it to go. But like literally I just made one twist and it was just like instantly like spinning it in a bucket of water. It like had nothing to it. Bummer. Because I was totally going to do that one the other night, and now here it has been a few days and I haven't had a chance to even get to it. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Really been loving the Devos. This might be a great gentleman's kind of a knife. I don't know if it's, again, with the look, if you have a specific look you're looking for, if you're just looking for something that's sweet that you have in your pocket, you take out and you just feel good about it. Titanium handle, Devo Premium Pony Stout. Oh, just feels good in the hand, looks good, cuts nice, good action on it. Oof, maybe. I've been liking the Devos, kind of a new Devo person. I got that one, and then I got the Tall Boy right when it came out. This one might be another classy, clean one to look for, but you're going to have to buy off of somebody that already got one because they sold out really fast. They are going to be doing another drop pretty soon, so you kind of pay attention to the Devo site. That could come up. And, you know, what do you like? My favorite knife is the Kaiser Mini Talisman K with the frag titanium. A little bit beefier of a knife, but you know you got it in your hand. It feels great. Nice little choke up. That blade is just the perfect size, getting in to do some work. And frag titanium. I love titanium. It's awesome. Oh, my eyeball. I left, but I'm back now. Handmade Italian knives. I don't really have too many handmade or Italian knives. I do have one Italian knife though, okay? Check this out. Ready? Oh, God. I've been catching my fingers lately. Something's wrong with me. This works. Don't do it. Ready? There. Open fully. Italy. Little stiletto. I tell you what. The Feist by Kaiser is on sale right now and discontinued. The Feist is a nice one. There is a new one. I don't know what it's called from Kaiser, but it's there. They have a couple of new knives coming out, dropping today, I believe, at 9 Eastern, maybe 8 Central, so in a couple of hours. I have a couple of them on the way. Kaiser sent them out to me. The one of them's got the Snap Echo technology. I'm excited for that. Very excited. I need another one, huh? Dan Stan. I feel like it's these, because I do random verticals, and then what happens is I have several, and then they're not always here. So Dan Stan, you're in. What's up, brand new American? How are you doing? The old B&A. Did I say hi to Clint? Maybe. Maybe. Sorry, I'm just reading. Titanium was originally called Gregorite. Gregorite. Have you seen the Ozark Trail bug out? Who said that? John Pletcher. The Ozark Trail bug out. This is a $10 crossbar lock. Oops. That works really good, except for I'm sucking at it right now. Flicks out easy. That hollow grind on that D2 steel. I haven't really used it. I couldn't find one. I tried to get one. I live in the Minneapolis metro area. There are Walmarts everywhere. And I went to at least 4 of them. They were all out of stock. And they were fully stocked on their knives. The only one missing was this one right here. Apparently they've got some white ones that are out now, and they've started to go back in stock again. I haven't really carried it around and messed with it too much. There are some people who have done some stress tests on them. But ultimately, Mad Yako was like, yeah, you haven't found one, I'll go check. And he found one at his Walmart, and it's this one right here. It was the only one they had. It was the floor model. It was out of the box. They sold it to him. He shipped it to me. I thank you, Mad Yako. If you don't know Mad Yako, go check out his channel. He's got a nice little thing going on there. Some good vids, some good shorts. He makes hanks. These hanks that are right here, Mad Yako made those. If you are interested in picking up some hanks, you can check out his page. He made this one for me with my man Jason in the middle there. He does some cool different stitching patterns depending on this. Like this one here is kind of more of like a slip knot, gnarly, funky, horror themed stitch. There we go. Show you a couple others here quick. This is another one he did that I really like. This, and then look at that stitch on the back. Really cool pattern. So he makes some nice quality stuff. They're not too expensive. If you're interested in some hanks, check out Mad Yako. But yeah, if you, for $10, crazy. How's that, Clint? Got him. Sorry, I'm trying to pay attention to the chat. I think I got rid of it. Rough Rider has little flippers. Lemon Sour Drop is calling my name. Gnarly Charlie, Rough Rider, dude, I went on there and yeah, you know, they're a budget company. They are not expensive. You can get tons of different Rough Riders for like $5 to $20, $30. They are fun. I don't care what anybody says. I got this one recently. I love this Rough Rider. Check this thing out. If you haven't seen this, this was like 18 bucks. Look at this. Cow, dude. It's got the... What? So the guard, the swing guard, just sits right there on that edge when it's in your pocket or a slip or whatever. And then when you open it, the swing guard just naturally pops out. Micarta with that red kind of accents. I mean, sure, not expensive, not the best knife in the world steel as far as, you know, what some people will say. But dude, that is just cool. Why wouldn't you want something like that in your collection? Travis, getting a new $120 Damascus Pastille. What are you getting? I'm interested. All right. The stitching is next level. Yeah, he does some interesting stitches. He's got a couple sewing machines now. So he's done a few different ones. I've got knives on these. If you look down there, you might be able to see it. But he has a few different patterns of stitch that he can do, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, Rough Rider, the lockback Rough Rider that's kind of a knockoff of this one right here. The buck, kind of a similar look, right? You can get that classic buck for 55 bucks. You can get the Rough Rider version with the bone for like 16, 17. They have some other cool ones like the, you know, why wouldn't you want an elephant toe Rough Rider? So once you go on there, you start looking at those Rough Riders. It's like, dude, look at all these cool, weird, smaller lockback Rough Rider. Got the little lock back there. Nice feel, good little choke up. These are thin and slicey too, so they can take a really nice edge. They may not hold it forever, but they are cool. And I got a bunch of bone ones because I'm going to start doing more Shipwreck. I mean, not Shipwreck, I'm sorry. Scrimshaw. I'm going to do some Scrimshaw. If you had to choose one blade size in a folder, what would it be? One blade size? There's a Scrimshaw that I did right there, that little fishing lure. I'm a novice, it's hard. When you do Scrimshaw, you're cutting into the bone, and when you cut into the bone, it chips. It's not like a smooth cut. It's weird, but I like it. One blade size in a folder, I don't know. I would probably say that pyrite size, that Tempest microjet size. So what is that, like 3.5? Let me grab my pyrite here. Whoops. Yeah, about that same length. So yeah, the pyrite blade length, the bug out, but I don't have a bug out. I got a bunch of bug out killers. The drop bear blade length. So what are we looking at? Let's get my ruler. That standard blade length is 3.25. I would say is probably ideal. I mean, yeah, my favorite would be like this right here. So we're looking at, well, there you go. It's wider, but the mini Towser K blade is also just under 3.25. So I would say about 3 to 3.25 would be my my size preference as far as something that is good in the pocket, not too big. I mean, I love a large knife. I love the CJRB Frack. This thing is just an absolute hog. But as far as usability, where I'm holding this, choking up, I mean, it works great, but it's a little massive. We're pushing almost a 4-inch blade on there. So I enjoy these. But if you're saying basically, I got one to carry and to use and to have for a size, what size is the Riff? Riff's about 3.5, so that's pushing a little bit big, but the Riff is definitely one of my favorites. And that's why. Feels great in the hand. It does have that fuller, so you can flicker out. What is everyone in the chat's favorite size blades? You like them smaller? You like them a little bit bigger? Do I have the Water Walker knife? I do not. Yay, slip joints. Yes, yes. Can you see down there? Hold on a second. Let me, Gnarly Charlie. I'm gonna, wait, let me reverse. Reverse. Hold up. Regular light. This one here is a cool Rough Rider. It's got two blades, but it is stiff. I'll bring it up and we'll look at it. I can't do it one-handed right now. Got an old timer in there. All of these I'm planning on doing some Scrimshaw with. So that is future plans. Hold on a second here. Get us situated again. Stay. But yeah, I picked up this Rough Rider. I thought it was sweet looking. It's a double lockback. And it has a pocket clip. Weird, right? So you've got a double nail neck. Got this one there. And then I can get in there. That one there. So that's both. And then they are both locking, which is cool. But that's what I've learned. They are, you really have to push. Like right now I'm pushing as hard as I can, and it's a little bit tough to get in there. I put a bunch of oil in there, kind of hoping it would kind of even out. But check that out. Tell me that doesn't look cool. Not a slip joint because it's got that lock, but Oof. I dig it. If you want to see my newest slip joints, grab those bad boys. These things are sick. When did KC get here? Oh wait, it's Dan. Too many lives to keep track, Jay. Right, Jay? I'm just following in KC's footsteps. Those vertical lives. When does he go on? I think he goes on another hour. I'll be done before those guys jump on tonight. Can't escape the pyrite. Got to get one, I guess. Jeez. You might as well. You might as well. Handmade Damascus steel olive wood handle. Sounds fun, Travis. My friend got one, showed me. I needed one. That's kind of how it works. I showed my buddy Dave my, I showed him a lot of knives, but he saw my drop bear and was like, dude, I like that. And he ended up getting the 20 CV version with the camo carbon. Sick knife. I mean, the drop bear is great. That's the reason that Kaiser has like 20, 30 different stickers of the drop bear logo, because it's a staple. It's a solid knife. I want the Kaiser helmet. Only 39 bucks right now. Hell yeah. And the Kubi silo for 89. I'm looking at a bunch of Kubis right now. I got a couple kind of locked down. They got a good sale. I might pick one up. Kaiser helmet for 39. Is that at the Kaiser site? Probably. You'll use my link. Get a little kickback. It's all good. White Mountain knives. Use Bees 10. It'll give you another 10 bucks off. There you go. Why not? So yeah, if you want to get a Kaiser helmet for 39 bucks, White Mountain knives, use Bees 10. Can you believe or an Amazon, Ghostkeeper says Amazon. Can you believe this knife here, this silly knife? I'll buy these $15 weird knives. Look at that half stop. Oh, we gotta look at those. Sorry. But over 1,000 views on this thing. This thing's crushing right now. I can get a nice knife. I've got, I mean, it's only been out for a day, but Lanyard Man's new Kunlu S-Tau with the full DLC, full lefty, everything. And, it, you know, I mean, we'll give it a couple more days and see, but that's a $360 knife. This is a $16 knife, and this has got so many more views to it. It's a trip. Amazon for that Kaiser. Thank you, Ghostkeeper. Brad Way, Spyderco Military 2. One of them is going to be on the large size if I carry a knife. Never doing something smaller than a PM2. Yeah, Brad, what I usually do is, I was saying today, is I usually carry 2 knives. So like today, I have the Concept Warrior in the main pocket. So I usually have a slightly larger or full-size knife in the main, and then a secondary. My secondary today is this little M390 Concept Rio. Got to stay with the concepts today. But I'm usually carrying one smaller knife and one bigger knife. I just was asked the question of if I was only going to carry one. Sometimes a smaller, you know, that 3 to 3.5 inch just is like that good size where it, you know, I have big hands, but I got that choke up, full handle grab, and just a lot of good control with that 3 to 3.5 inch blade. I definitely really like big knives. Definitely. Okay, Gnarly Charlie, sorry, I got distracted there. I do have a couple Rosecraft blades. This is the Rosecraft swayback. I can't, I'm missing part of the name of that. But really nice half stop. Boom, boom. D2 blade steel. Got that choke up spot so you can get right up in there. Really cool looking blade shape. What an awesome knife. They actually just released this same one with a button actuated. So you just push the button and you can swing it out, swing it closed. It's the only way to open and close it. I actually kind of prefer the slip joint version of this one. Rosecraft is cool. I also have the Rosecraft Stinking Something sow belly. This one is stiff, but it's got that chunker, thick sow belly handle with the stag. Cool looking shape. And then this half stop. Boosh. Boom. boom, just slams in. It's tough. You need to use the nail nick to open that thing up. Actually won this one on a KC's Knives Fast. He'll be on in an hour here. He usually does a giveaway on Mondays. That's how I won this. I won that, and I won the Ultim version of the Microjet, which I have taken apart right now. We were doing some custom stuff to that. Microjet is fantastic, though. Really digging it. Really digging it. What time do those guys go on? I know Rob doesn't go on until like 7 or 8, right? Anyone know? I'm not completely with it for times, but I know Rob's Nerdy Knives and KC Knives Fast both have their lives on Monday nights. The kids love the tactical. It's a crazy unique blade, this one here. That's why it's got so many views. Yeah, it is an oddball, but it seems I'll get these junker, but you know what I mean. Non-daily carry, weirdo knives like this one. I guess this one did really well too. The bomb. We're dropping bombs. It's, dude. But I can't stop getting the gas station. I've got a whole row down here. I got my Zelda. Originally saw this on Temu, but refused to buy something on Temu, and then we found it on Amazon or whatever. Just hilarious. Why is it that the cheapo gas station-y knives like this all have assisted openings? Look at that. Oily dragon. The dragon of death. Boom. When I bought this, you could barely open it, but it broke in and it seems to work now. Sow belly is so nice. It is fantastic. I mean, it's not quite that, but what is this? What is this? Perfection? I don't know. I mean, the only way you can beat that is the 4-blang. 1, 2, 3, 4. Really need to get in there and do some 4-cutting work. Silo is only 90. There are some crazy budget knives right now. Or not budget, there's some crazy deals. Kaiser's Map Sale's still going on. They've got some great specials on there. I did notice the Kubi sale looks really good. We're really right in that sale time, that Black Friday special, when all the stuff's about to drop. Brown Sugar 69, what is happening? I know I just got here, but have you seen the new Olight strip? I have not, Kathleen. Let me write that down so I can look it up. Been kind of making notes when people recommend stuff. When I do vertical lives, it's a little bit tougher for me to be looking things up. But I will check that out for sure. I appreciate it, Kathleen. I have 2 of them. They are sweet. What's up, Neil? Bando Picks has 2 of them. Bought my blue wrench knife from a bag lady for $7 in loose change. It's not a good one, but it's mine. Yeah, exactly. Gonna use them for my background. There you go. There you go. I'm actually working on another project, another light project. That's all I'm going to get into it now. But I've been kind of working on a few little background light things that should be happening fairly soon. I got so many projects though, but it's one of those projects I can do all of it here, and I've kind of picked up several parts for it already. But it's basically some lighting setups and things that I was kind of working on too. Got to keep it fun, right? I mean, oh, now we got the one down there not flashing. Or do we want it cool like this? Who prefers cool over warm? Oh, that warm just looks so yellow. But that's warm light, cold light. I prefer the cold light. I'm headed for a hot day. I put my strip up thinking it was for the holidays, but I think I will leave it. That is a thing. A friend of mine actually got a 100-foot strip where it's just like an LED strip light that you can hook to your, like an app on your phone, and you can do all the color change, flash, dance, and music and stuff. He basically did the garage up for the kids in the winter and wrapped it all the way around his garage. And I was surprised for the price, the cheapness. Yeah, the cheapness that it was, they look great. Lighting is changing, you know, with the LEDs and stuff these days. It's advancing, and they don't burn out as much. I've been using these pucks. These are actually pretty great. They're just a puck that you can change the color, and then you can control it with the remote, and you've got all the different colors and flashing and stuff like that. But this little puck, they stay on for about 10 hours. I left them all on to see how long it lasts, and they last about 10, 12 hours, and then they're rechargeable. So you plug them in, and in a couple hours, they're charged back up and good to go. And then I've got the little mounts on there, so you can just pop them back on there. They work perfect for this. They weren't too expensive. I think a 6-pack was all of like $15 or something like that. They work great, though. I'm pretty happy with them. Ultimately, I think the best, like I had a couple other battery-powered lights that I was using for little spots and stuff. And if you can get stuff that plugs in, then you don't have to charge, because charging these is, you know, they last quite a while, but it's kind of annoying. Ooh, yellow. It's annoying when you have to do that charge when, like, I have my lighting, my studio lights for when I do record videos and stuff like that. They plug in. So yeah, you have a cord and stuff, but now you don't have to worry about it. You just turn them on and they're going, and that works way more than having to deal with recharging batteries and stuff like that. But I mean, I have little lightsabers I use and stuff like that that all need to be recharging. So I basically finish my live. I grab a couple lights, I plug them in to get them kind of recharged up. What's up, Tommy Boy 8341? What are you up to today? So does anyone know what time are they does Casey and Rob start? Is it another, we got another hour? I'm not going to be on for another hour, but I'm just curious. Probably check out both of them a little bit later. Andrew, just subbed. Thought I already did. Good live. Got to go. Catch you later, dude. Andrew, for sure. You ever want to talk about some old Fett armor? Maybe I'll pull some of that out. Remind me next time to pull out some of the Fett armor. We can show it off and maybe mess around with it a little bit. C. Ninyok, thank you for subscribing. Casey in 45 minutes. Rob in about an hour. Thank you, Kathleen. I was about right. I figured they were both about 7-ish. I usually try to watch both of them a little bit, but been busy. It's tough, you know. You're doing stuff, and when you, especially me working on my channel, I really love doing it. But I put in a lot of time. I do my normal 9-to-5 job, and I have, you know, family and friends and stuff, but I still, as I come home, I always do a video, make a few shorts, working on some stuff. Now I've been doing some more lives because I've been really enjoying the interaction. For those of you who are here that weren't here earlier, we did this. If you've seen my carnival dagger that I got when I was a kid, this was covered in rust a couple hours ago. And we did a little vinegar wash and then buffed it up and was able to get it to this. Tell me that does not look fantastic. I'm going to bend that tip back, kind of straighten it out, maybe put a little bit of an edge on it. It's just going to be something for my collection. I've had it as long as I can remember, basically. So there isn't much more I want to do. Felicia Mooney, how much do you want for what? Fat corn, I was whittling earlier. I turned a big stick into a little one. Still have all my fingers. Thank you. Thank you. That's good stuff. Fat corn. I turned a big stick into a little one. I love it. I love it. Which knife, Felicia? This one? if you're asking about this one is not for sale. I cannot replace this. I have memories of me in 6th grade using this exact knife, beating it, bending that tip. This is something that I cannot replace. It is of no value. This is not a good knife. The tip isn't tight. It twists. This is a relic of the past that is going to be in my collection forever. I apologize, Felicia. I do customizations, so I'm always making some cool stuff. I took this little, what is this, a Kershaw? It used to look like this, and I made this side look like this. So this little Kershaw, Jesus, assisted knife, but I do laser marks. So I did that Paisley laser mark on there, made it real cool. I'd sell that if someone's interested in it. I do the shipwrecks on these little knives like this, where this was just brass, and I did that shipwreck on there. I'll sell those. I do die projects, like this Artisan Cutlery Arroyo. This was jade, and I did the handle in the red. Always selling those off. Here's another shipwreck on a QSP Penguin. I love doing the shipwrecks. That is a natural color patina created by ammonia and salt. Super fun. So I am doing a lot of custom stuff, and I will sell most of the things that I do because I'm a knife channel. If someone really likes a custom that I did, I can now provide that to them, something that they weren't able to get themselves. And then I can use that money. I can go buy another one and do it again. I love the custom part of it. That's most of how this channel started in the first place. I started dyeing knife scales. Here's my Civivi Vision FG. This was white. I made it red. And then I got into laser marking and anodizing and just doing lots of custom stuff. Here we are now. The channel's been doing really well. I have a blast doing it. So yeah, you just happened to literally ask me if I would sell almost one of the only knives that I know that I wouldn't sell. and it's not that it has any real value. I mean, this is Pakistan stainless, full of pits, dented, bent, cheap. But young me ran around, thought it was a sword, thought it was cool. Do I have any OTFs? Would you want to engrave my CRKT squid? Yes, Gnarly Charlie, message me on my email or my Instagram. If you want to send it out, we'll hook it up. I'd be glad to. It'd be fun. The question was, do I have any OTFs? Not many. I do have this one right here. If you like OTFs and you don't want to spend a lot of money, because there's some nice ones out there, $200, $300, $400, $500. You can get one of these for less than 50. This is a micro USB. Looks like a USB stick, but it is a Boker OTF. So it's called the Boker USB. I think it's D2 steel. Yep. Little D2. Boom. Great action. And it's tiny. You guys ready? Here we go. Ta-da. Boom. The only problem is if that happens when I'm doing it, and it's just like, oh! Just kidding. Just kidding. That might be one of the only OTFs I have. I do have little the Boker Kalashnikov. These are great. This is like a $50 knife. I got the lefty version. Fun little out the side. Not a big auto guy. I do have the other mini auto that I've been struggling with lately because my hands are too big. Bam. This little Italian stiletto. I got this off of Blade HQ. Tell me that's not the cutest thing ever. Have you ever cut yourself? Yes, many times. Lately I've been doing pretty good. I did catch a little on my palm right there. I got a new knife from Concept. This is the Concept Little Main Street. It is sick. I love the design. I love the Ultim. I love that you can see through it with the Ultim. You can see the spring in there. But it's this tiny little knife, so I have a hard time grabbing it. And so I had it like this, and when I swung it closed, it caught my palm, which I do kind of struggle. When you have a bigger hand, you just got so much meat. If I got a smaller little hand, if I have the regular Main Street, if I were to do that and close it here, this is a different lock, but if I were to swing this shut, see how it's nowhere near cutting me. So if that lock was on this bigger knife, it wouldn't be an issue. The thing is, though, is it looks so cool. The Main Street is a great knife, and the little Main Street, it flicks out nice. It feels really good in the hand. It's fun. As far as mini knives go, I think it's gorgeous. This thing is just super cool looking, but I got to be extra careful in my palm so that I don't catch that meat and give me a little cut. Tell me about doing Scrimshaw, using all painter's tape. Okay, if you want to practice Scrimshaw, you can practice on a spoon. It's the best way to get going. You buy these little throwaway spoons, or just go to the grocery, or like somewhere where they have like sandwiches and stuff, and just kind of snake a few. But they do cut a lot different, but you can use them to practice. So I started off with this spoon and carved my name in there a little bit, kind of learned some pressure. Then I was able to do a little drawing. Right? Not bad, huh? But the thing is the spoon, it's soft, so it kind of just pushes apart. You use basically an owl, like a leather owl. Where is the one I use the most? Let me show you. I have a few tools that I use. Here is one, like a little dental tool, but basically that, or a tight point, and you scratch. And so you're scratching the lines. And when you use the spoon, it's soft. And so like I make that cut, and it just like goes, it's like you're cutting butter with a hot knife. When you use on the bone, it literally, it like goes, if you go slow, it's going to go jag, 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 jag. And instead of having a smooth line, it's going to be like, and it chips. They're tiny little chips, little pieces of sand basically breaking off the bone when you're doing it. But you can hear it go, and if you go slow, your line won't be clean and straight. So this was my first attempt. A little fishing lure on there. See if I can focus it. And if you see that line right here, if you go a little slow, it doesn't go quite straight. It takes some work. I got to work on some shading and some shadows and stuff. Kind of perfect it a little bit more, but it is fun. And yeah, basically you don't have to mask anything off. You just take it, carve the pattern that you want, and then clean it up, and then you take ink and rub the ink on there, and then wipe the ink off, and you're basically good to go. There you can, like my kit. Do I have that right here? Oh, I do. Give me a second. There we go. Here's a bunch of my tools. This is the main scribe I use. So I got the little Rough Rider kit, and then I have a little pin scribe like that, and then I bought this. And this one works great. I got this on Amazon. Boom. See that little point? Little carbide tip, and you can just hold that in there and carve your lines with it. This works fantastic. I moved to this one because it's round, it's a carbide tip, and it just started working really well. But you can also, like when I got this Rough Rider kit, it was like 18 bucks and it came with a knife. You also get, is it in here? You get these stencils. So you get some like carbon paper. This is like black carbon paper. And then some stencils that you can use. There they are. Like this. So these are like some stencils, some common things that people use. And what you can do is you can take this off and you can tape it like over the knife. So if you got the knife, this is like the one that you get, like the trapper. And so you would tape this over that and then use nothing sharp. Like you basically, they give you like a blunt wooden, like a toothpick basically. And then you take the toothpick and you put your carbon paper underneath. So you put the carbon paper down, then put this over it, and then you trace it. And then that leaves a little carbon outline on there. and then you go in with your sharp edge and you can carve at it. Or you can just freestyle it like I did. Actually, no, I think I did use a stencil on that first one, but on the spoon, this was just a little freestyle drawing I did with the little tree, the swing, and the birds. I did go to art school. I'm painting and ceramics and blah de blah, and I ended up getting a job in the restaurant industry. Worked in the restaurant management industry for all of 15 years. Realized I was wasting life and wasn't enjoying it as much because I was working so much, and then I quit and started over. Still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. 78 of us in there. We got a nice little crowd going on right now. For those of you that might have just got here, if you go back and watch the beginning, we started off, this was covered in rust. Young Kenman had this, beat it, let it sit in the closet for 10, 15 years. It got completely covered in rust. And we went in with some vinegar and some Santoku stones and started buffing it up. Got most of the rust off. You can still see there's some pits in there, which are, that's just basically the way it's going to be. But rather than just having a cool rusty relic from my past, now I have a nice looking relic from the past. I'm going to sharpen it up, kind of fix that tip. But that was kind of what we did earlier. If you want to go back and watch the first part of this live and see that actually going and happen. Do you have a K-bar? I don't have any K-bars. I think I need to get one. What is the name of that K-bar, that basic K-bar folder? I should pick one of those up. One hour and 47 minutes already. That is nuts. Thank you for subscribing. Ooh, I would love to be able to say this right. I'm going to go for it. Bjonar Kolboten? Kolboten? I'm sorry if I screw up your name. I'm trying my best. Bjornar. That looks cool. Bjornar Kolboten. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Show me your biggest knife. Well, biggest folder that I have. This is the biggest folder, Tony. This is the Max Ace Goliath. Blade length on the Goliath is 4.5. Overall length on the Goliath is about 10.25. It's a sweet folder. Boom. Titanium bolster. We have an SLD Magic Sanmai blade, so that's an actual sandwich blade. That Hamon line on there is real deal. It's like a small folding sword. I love the Goliath. It's super cool. The pits do give it some character, Mr. Z. I agree. Those little pits and stuff in there, that's just, you can't, that's natural. That's just how it naturally occurs that way. This cheapo, what am I doing? This might be the biggest folder, I guess. We got 12, this is about 13 inch on this ridiculous cheapo stiletto. It's just one of those silly ones for the collection. This is the longest toothpick on the planet. I don't know. I do have this one too. This is, I'm into weird stuff. This is a fixed blade. Until it isn't. You can push on the lock and open it up. The swing guard pops out, and now it's no longer a fixed blade. It's like a beastly, about 12.5 on that one. That's probably the longest blade that I got though. 7.5 inch blade. That's basically a sword, right? Oh, you got one of these too. I mean, that might be the biggest one. Is this considered? I mean, this is a kitchen knife. I mean, to be totally honest, this is straight up a kitchen knife. stuff. How many knives in my collection? What's up, Tommy boy? It's cold. Gnarly Charlie. Oh, that's great. Get to the chopper. Yeah, this is probably the biggest one I got. I do have a couple nice fixies. This one's definitely not huge, but it looks like a sword. The old cold steel Kubon. Tell me that doesn't look rad. I love that classic katana look. This one is definitely not the biggest, but it could be considered the biggest. Artisan Cutlery Proponent. Not the longest blade, but absolute hog. They do have some premium proponents, but you can get this base model proponent for like $60. That is the thickest chunk. It's just an absolute beefcake. How many knives though total in the collection? It's over we're probably starting to push 250 at this point. I don't know. I've been meaning to do an overview of the whole collection. I keep asking everyone, should I do an overview during the live? Should I make videos so that you can go back and, but the live will stay something you can go back and watch later too. But I could do it all at once, but it's probably going to take hours. Or I could kind of split it up and do a video of all the Civivis, and then do a video of all the Kaisers, do a video of all the concepts or whatever. There'll be some where I'd have to combine them because I have lots of knives where I only have like one or two from that company. But I do want to do that overview pretty soon. Welcome to the live chats. What's up, Brian Dixon? Lurking? Just a little lurking and hanging out on a Monday. What am I going to have for this one? Was that yesterday? It's pretty cool. An overview would be awesome. Well, we're doing it, Tommy boy. I just got to figure out if I'm going to do it during the live or make videos. I should probably do it during the live. I should probably plan that too. But I did find this bad boy that I got from a friend when I was in California. I lived in California for 9 years. So it does say Italy, Co and Noor. Looks like a nice standard drafting pencil, right? It is not a drafting pencil. So it's very spring loaded. You got to push it against the table to close it back up. But you just give it a little pop and out she comes. Got that absolute pointy little tip. I looked this up, couldn't find it anywhere. I don't know how this works, how this exists. But I'm glad my buddy was like, oh, I know you're like this. Oh, this was probably 2008 when I got this. But he knew that I like knives and stuff. And he was like, dude, check this thing out. I got this from wherever, you want it? I'm like, here you go. I'm like, no way. I fear putting that in my pocket. Yeah, because ultimately you just push that button. If you push it real light, you can kind of get it to go out less, but it doesn't take much to get it to pop out fairly quick. It is interesting. I guess when someone asks if I got any OTFs, I should show them that one, huh? Do you just collect Chinese knives? No, I collect everything. A lot of them are Chinese, yes. I'm assuming you want to see American made. Got your Buck 119 classic. USA made. Been making them like this for 40 years. I love that knife. It's fantastic. I got a couple of old school 2-dot USA made Buck 110s. This one was made between 74 and 79. Look at that blade. It's almost never been used. Benchmade Tagged Out is a American-made company. Where's Demco? Is Demco American? Am I dumb right now, or are they have it made somewhere else? I'm kind of losing my mind right now. But I got a Demco 80 20.5. I would love to get a premium version of this. I actually think these are made in, where are they made? The 3 brands you mentioned are Chinese, just curious. Well, I mean, you know, the world is a big place, and there's a lot of really great people in a lot of places in the world, and the company Kaiser out of China, they got my respect. They make some really good stuff. There's some really good people. There was just recently, they had a giveaway that they sent somebody out to go check out the factory. There's a video on it. You can go to the Kaiser EDC channel on YouTube and watch that. It was pretty fun. I wish I could go there and visit. Couple classics right there. I got the Case Sodbuster Junior. This one's actually a newer knife. I didn't have any case knives, so I had to get a case knife. For sure. And then, of course, I've got some serious, who knows where this came from. You know the really good ones when they say, like, designed in America or whatever. What is the one? This one here, I think it says. Oh, geez. It says right on the blade, USA design stainless. And then it says China on the other side or whatever. You're like, oh, that's a high quality piece right there. Where are the Opinels made, France? Got the classic Opinel. I am not a fan of this knife, but you got to have one in the collection because it is, you know, it's got the little collar lock on there. Some people love this knife. It holds an edge. It's a quality one that's been around for quite a while. I really try to I look at everything. I'm interested in knives, wherever they come from. Here's one of my pride and joys right here. Limited edition butter knives fast, number 175. You can't just get these. You can't just get one of these. You got to win one of those. For my man KC, he's going live in a little bit. Maybe one of you could win one of those tonight. Nice display case. Am I reading backwards? Thank you. It's just a simple shelf. I did make these little extra shelves to kind of give me a little extra space. I am running out. They're pretty much full. I could tighten it up a little bit. I think I want to make some more, or make like a ledge where I can maybe go like 1, 2, 3, kind of have like a staggered raised up, and then those on there could be more featured knives because I could maybe have them, a couple of them open or at an angle or some little bit more of a display. I'm working on it. It's going to be something I'm going to do over the winter, try to improve it a little bit. That's just a broken pen, bro. Hilarious. Man, we are pushing up on 2 hours. 95 people in here. What's up, everybody? Holy moly. The new company, Mol Sect. If you haven't heard of Mol Sect, they are out of China. They are a new company. They have some very interesting knives. This is the Mol Sect Jungle. Boom. Right now, I don't have a link to give you, but if you go to molsect.com, they have a big sale on all their knives. I think it's around 30% off, so like a $60 knife. This one is 14C28N and G10 with that cool snake pattern. And I believe it goes for around $60, $65. But it's about 20-30% off right now. And if you use the code KDK, as in KenmanDanKenman, KDK, you'll get an extra 10% off on that already cool discount. This is the Jungle. This is Mol Sect's Big Boy. They're trying to cover a lot of bases. They also have a really nice front flipper. This is the Orbit, Mol Sect Orbit. Got a really nice hollow grind, very pointy, slicey. I wasn't sure because it's kind of a weird shape for me personally. And front flipper only, I'm not always as much of a fan of it, but I carried it for a couple days. It feels great in the hand. It cuts really good. Some knives, when you hold them, they just want to cut stuff. This is one of them, the Orbit. Another one that's got a great sale. You can use that KDK code and get a nice discount. Just go to molsect.com. This is the Arch olive wood handle flipper tab. So they make variety. You see the 3 that I've got from Mol Sect are all fairly different. This one's just a flipper tab only Really nice looking. I love that olive wood. And they got some great specials. So they're $50 to $60 14C28N blades are all going for about 35, 40, 45. Pretty good deals. Go check those out. I love me some Kubi. The Kubi Titus is one of my favorites. I like a beefier knife. It's a big one. The Ultim right now, Kubi's sales going on. The Ultim is usually $60, but you can get it right now for about 45. You get the G10 version for 40, maybe even a little bit less. But oh, the big Titus, oh, absolutely love it. One of my favorite knives, the Civivi Vision FG. It's got that super lock on the back, so it's very ambidextrous since the lock is in the very center back position. Push it, drops down, you can push it and swing it back out. Vision FG is great. That's actually modeled after the Shark lock from the Demco, 80 20.5, same kind of thing. It's got this little nub on the back. The 80 20.5, just listen to that clickety. So much fun. Fantastic knife. Check it out. Check it out. I can't believe we've been busting for 2 hours already today. I need another front flipper. I sold my Pina. Spyderco better than Benchmade. Yes. Titus is an amazing knife, though. I love it. Edwards, my man, just came in to say hi. Say what? As I always say. Yes, he does. Yes, he does. Trevor, do you have a Milita? Because the front flipper on the Milita is pretty rad, dude. You can get in there with that index finger and swing it out. Well, that one was kind of weak, but I was looking at the camera. First try, I did it great. Militas are awesome. If you want a little bit smaller, you go with the mini Milita, but it's got that same nice little front flipper action. Boom. Or one of the front flippers I just absolutely love, I'm carrying today, the Concept Rio with an Edyard on there. Well, actually, this is a Danyard aspiring to be an Edyard. Boom, look at that front flipper, though. M390 chonker on that little teeny, little tiny blade. Look at that front flipper. Bam. Got to use half of it on the lanyard because it's so small. But I love it. I love it. What's everyone got planned for tonight then? Gonna be watching some lives, just hanging out. Got to get up early and work tomorrow. Casey's going on in about 15 minutes. I'll be done by then. And then Rob also comes on at about 7 o'clock. So we got a couple really good lives, classic guys, good stuff, good info. I really love all the community in here. 91 of us in here. Man, for those of you that are new, welcome. Glad to have you. I do a lot of custom stuff on the channel. If y'all want to hit that like button, help that algorithm out, much appreciated. Anyone wants to subscribe to see some more stuff. If you want to watch some customs, I love to do customs. I love to mix it up. I show you everything from start to finish. Tear down, how I do it, how I came up with what I was going to do, final results. This is MPG's Pyrite that I just did, the Laser Mark II, that dragon scale pattern. Really fun. I'm going to get that shipped out to her. I didn't get to the mail today. She's going to be mad at me. But she's been waiting a while, so she'll get it. I do a lot of the Shipwreck stuff. I'll show you this one. I've been showing that other one a bunch today. Shipwreck is on a brass or copper where you do some custom colors to that. Force a patina on there. Yeah, a lot of fun. This one's going to be coming up soon. I got this Rene Ramon's Chavez. We're going to be doing a anodized laser removal, anodized laser mark combination on there. Going to be really cool. Watch out for that in the future. Definitely some more fun anodizing. Here's a little anodized bar I did of all the colors that you can get from anodizing titanium. A lot of fun stuff. Love to have you all come hang out, watch some videos. I'm going to be doing a full overview of my collection sometime soon. So stay tuned for that. I don't know. What's for dinner? What's everyone having for dinner? I don't know what I'm going to have, but I got to figure it out. I'm getting hungry. I got home at 4. I jumped on. God, we've been here for 2 hours already. I really appreciate all of you. The fact that I can get on here and chat with a great community, with a great group of people, bounce some ideas off, do a little custom stuff. If you weren't here at the beginning, since we are almost done, you can go back to the beginning of this live and you can see this knife right here completely covered in rust. This was nothing but rust from there out, and we did that. We fixed it up. Now I got 102 in here. I don't want to leave with 102 people hanging out, right? Good Lord. Nice little crowd. But yeah, go back to the beginning of this live, and you can see the rust removal we did on this. This is my prize to the collection. My dagger that I won as a child back in the days when you could actually win a knife at a carnival and get it handed to you by someone without even having your parents standing next to you. Here we are. Definitely really go check out KC, the Knives Fast channel. He's going to be live in about 15 minutes. He is a knife designer also in conjunction with his YouTube channel. He runs Tempest Knives. He's not a knife maker, but he does make some really cool designs. Kubi is the one who actually makes most of them. This is the Kubi or the Tempest Microjet. I am really happy. This is moving up into one of my favorites. Several versions that were available. There's a couple still available. There's a blue titanium like this, but blue, and then an Ultim version if you're interested in picking one up. 154 cm and titanium with the micro milling on there. Look at those micros. Oh, I'm going to be doing an anodized job, maybe a 2-tone ano on this pretty soon, so stay tuned for that. I'm excited about it. It does remind me of the Devo Premium Pony Stout. Kind of similar in size. I mean, they definitely have a different look, but the feel, both titanium, feels great in the hand, got that nice size, that nice kind of choke up point, flicks out really well. So it kind of has some similarities. I'm also going to be doing a custom to this too. Anodize it, probably do a removal so that the ano stays inside those grooves and I can get a 2-tone out of it. But yeah, go check out KC in about 15 minutes, the Knives Fast channel. These microjets are sick. He's going to have a few other limited ones available on Black Friday. This one was modeled after the Jetstream, so it's kind of a bigger version, slightly different, but he'll have a couple of those. I shouldn't be telling anyone because I'm going to try to get one myself, but very cool knife. All right, I'm out of here. Thank you all for hanging out. Check out the channel, like and subscribe. I'd love to do some custom stuff with you. Come hang out in the lives. Going to try to do some vertical lives more frequently. I got my regular live on Thursday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Maybe I'll see you when Casey's live in a little bit. Maybe Rob's live a little bit later tonight. But I really appreciate everyone for hanging out, giving some good feedback in the chat. Really great time hanging out with everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you all soon. Take care.